guys, welcome back to the Patreon. I've been going for a little minute, but I start off every single podcast with that exact statement, so we don't even have to dwell on any of that. How have you guys been? I have been doing really, really well. I do, house announcements. I will be launching a book club very, very soon. I just need to think about the format in which we're going to discuss the books every week, every 2 weeks. I'm going to try to keep the books to shorter books. And I want to choose books that other people wouldn't choose. Like, I don't want to just choose, like, educational books and books that talk about Black feminism and books that you would expect from someone who's starting a book club. I want to do more fun books and how we can just, relate those into current day, now, because that's, my niche. Taking, YouTube drama, taking celebrity drama, taking those things and applying them to current day. So that's why I want to do it that way. I want to do fun things. I just recently bought the full book set of Junie B. Jones, and I am so curious to read those and see what effect those books and children reading those books, me loving those books, has an effect on people now. I don't know. I just think that'll be way more fun than just reading an educational book and we talk about the same things over and over again. Although I do greatly enjoy that type of media, and I greatly enjoy, reading literary fiction and relating those to bigger things. That's just not what I want to do on my platform. I already have a really cute name for the book club. I'm assuming we're going to Zoom. Do Zoom. If someone wants to do just a regular one, we could do Skype. So if you just have something you just want to get out, of course we could just Skype. But I'm assuming Zoom is going to be what we're going to use for this book club. But I am so freaking excited. I'm excited for us to choose the books. I'm excited for all of that. And then that's another thing I have to figure out, how everyone who wants to participate can get the books. I know I will personally be funding 10 people to get the audio book. So if we start and people's oh, I want the audio book, or if you just want to order it off Amazon, I will gladly send that to 10 to 15 people, send the money to 10 to 15 people so people can read whatever book that we are doing. So that's something that I will be doing. How has my quarantine, that's there for announcements, I guess. How has my quarantine been going? A lot of you have been asking that. Miserably. My quarantine is pretty miserable. I do I like routine. How do I say that? I am a creature of routine. I like things to be routine. I like things to be the same. Therefore, this is just really messing with my love of a good routine. You want to know what foundation sucks that no one says sucks because they're scared? The Born This Way by Too Faced foundation sucks, bro. I'm using it right now because I want to clean out my makeup collection, use things I don't use. This foundation sucks, and the thing is, I knew it sucked, and here I am. I bought it because of Jackie Aina. I bought one of her newer shades, but this ain't got nothing to do with Jackie. It has everything to do with Too Faced, and that's this formula just being bad. I don't really understand what's the point of this formula. Anyway, enough makeup talk. Even though I do never talk about makeup, and I love makeup. The two palettes that I'm going to buy in the coming weeks, I'm going to buy the Gemini and Smoke Session palette from Melt. I want to really get into Melt. So I'm let me start with those two. But Melt is not cheap. Melt took all of Urban Decay's customers, and they got some prices, yo. Them prices is high on 9 pan shadows palettes. They want $50. These shadows better be good. I'm really scared of greens. So I'm if I want to get into greens, because a lot of people are scared of purples. This is so irrelevant. We'll get into you guys' topics momentarily. I have one topic I want to talk about, but it'll be quick. Anyways, a lot of people are scared to use purples, and I love purples. Purples are my least intimidating color to use when I do eyeshadow. So if other people find purples intimidating, I find greens intimidating. So Kenya, if you're good at something other people find intimidating, you'll be good at green. So I can become good at green. So Anyways, that's enough of that. Today, my topic, I want to talk about a conversation that was had on Twitter yesterday. And this conversation, none of you care about, but unless you're on Twitter, skin care Twitter. Okay, so Twitter is broken down into sections. No one cares, but there's a section of Twitter called skincare Twitter. And the conversation was had the other day that skincare Twitter is filled with a bunch of mean, condescending, arrogant assholes. That's kind of the conversation that was had on skincare Twitter. That's what people were saying about skincare Twitter. And the skincare girlies got really upset about being called all of those names because they just feel like they're just, they're just giving people the information they need and da-da-da-da-da. So I decided to be the judge and jury on what is right and what is wrong. If you do privy yourself to skincare stuff, this will be of interest to you. If you don't, you can probably skip past this and you don't have to listen to this. But here we are. Skincare Twitter is an interesting thing because skincare Twitter is the big ones are made up of mostly black women. Like the top 5 to 10 skincare girlies on Twitter are black women. So calling black women rude, condescending, and all these things already has racial undertones to it that are very problematic, but that also doesn't take away from the fact that black women can be condescending and can be arrogant, can be mean, and can be rude. And that is the middle ground for skincare Twitter. Y'all are at a middle ground. Number one, the people who think you are condescending and arrogant already are coming in with the prejudice. 100%. They're already coming in with the prejudice that black women are difficult, rude, and mean. So their prejudice is 100%, their racism is 100% playing into why they feel this way about you. But also, your behavior is also playing the other 50%. I do believe the people on skincare Twitter are mean. I like the skincare girlies. I love all the skincare girlies. I love seeing people make money doing things that they just personally enjoy. And that's a big part of skincare Twitter. So I love seeing that. But that doesn't negate the fact that I will go on some of you girlies' pages and you're cussing out people who ask you simple questions. A lot of the skincare girlies were upset. Why would y'all think we're condescending this? Y'all just saying this because we're black. Yes, 100%. I am there with you. But also, let's take accountability. I want you to go through your replies to people and see how you talk about people. A lot of them talk to people like these people are dumb. They talk to people like they are dumb. And I get it. As far as it comes with what you do, a lot of people don't know what you know. But it's a way to talk to people. And the problem is, you can be one of those girls who are I'm going to just give you the tea. And if you don't like the way I give it to you, that's on you. Fair enough. But then don't get mad when people say you are mean. Don't get mad when people say, oh, she's unpresentable. Never in my life would I ask a single skincare girly on Twitter a question. I would never do it. I would never come in the mentions of a single skincare girly on Twitter because y'all be putting people on the Summer Jam screen. You can ask a simple question. Do I put my oil moisturizer on before my sunscreen? And they will drag you if that's not the case. If you're oh, I really don't like to wear sunscreen every day because sunscreen breaks me out, they will drag you like you just said something about their mama, like you just said something about their man, like you just said something about their license, like you just said something about their spa, like you just said something about their degree. That's how they will drag you for asking a simple question. And the thing is, you can say, oh, it's because we're black women you're saying this, but I, as a black woman, should not be scared to come in your mentions. I am scared to come in the mentions of a single skincare girly. It don't matter if you got 100 or 100,000 followers. I am scared to come in your mentions if you are an esthetician on Twitter because you are about to spew something reckless. You are about to just be reckless and mean like I did something to you. And everyone can't have that opinion without there being some truth to it, right? We all can't be scared to come in y'all mentions. And it's just because y'all black. It's not the case. People slide in my mentions every single, and I'm sure there are people who are scared to come into my mentions, obviously, but it should not be a consensus. We can't talk to this girl. We can't talk, and that's what the consensus is with skincare Twitter. Y'all are so freaking mean to people. Y'all are so freaking mean to people, and I'm happy that the conversation was had, because and then also another thing plays into it. I love seeing people make money doing what they like to do, but other people don't. Other people don't like seeing people who are knowledgeable about things and them schooling other people. That is 100% also the case, that people don't want to hear other people be knowledgeable about things. But that don't take away from the fact you don't have to be condescending. Like, these people, like, I am happy because my biggest pet peeve is people who talk to people like they crazy. Have you ever been at a, like, fast food restaurant and the manager of said fast food restaurant will talk to their employees like they crazy? Like, that is I don't like it when people do it to me, and I don't like it when people do it to other people. Stop talking to people like they crazy. Like, stop talking to people like I won't beat you up. Like, stop talking to people like you owe them something. Stop like they owe you something. Like, stop talking to people like you birthed them. Like, chill out. And so a lot of the skincare girlies talk to people like that. They talk to people like they parted the seas. Like, oh, I am the end all be all on skincare, and what I say goes, and a lot. And so when people were saying, like, it's the way y'all respond to people, like, y'all respond to people like crazily. Y'all respond to people in ways to where y'all make skincare so not fun. Y'all make skincare, because let's be very clear, skincare at this point is elective. Like, our parents was using water and soap, and they are just fine. So let's be clear. Skincare is elected. It is a vanity thing. Like, of course, we all want healthy skin, but you will be just fine doing or not doing whatever the hell these people say do and not do. Unless it's sunscreen, child. Y'all need to wear sunscreen. That causes skin cancer. But like, let's not act like you out here just curing y'all talk to people crazy. If someone has some misinformation and they're spreading it out, y'all will drag this person. There was a tweet where this woman was saying how she was pampering her boyfriend, giving him masks and all these things. Skincare Twitter dragged her for literally just showing a video of her treating her boyfriend to a nice little spa day. Like, it's not that deep. It's already been done. Like, don't use Mario Badescu. Don't do this. Chill out. I listen to the skincare girlies. I like the skincare girlies. But you can't be surprised that people are sitting here saying, please chill out. Like, chill out. They will put you on the Summer Jam screen so quick for asking, what cleanser should I use? Is this cleanser okay? And then their favorite thing is use the search bar. I am sorry, but if your response to somebody is use the search bar, why not just DM them that? Why not just leave it alone? Like, if someone is asking a stupid question or a question, all they have to do is use the search bar and find out, why would you just not ignore it? Like, I ignore things in my mentions all the time that I'm just like, it don't take a brain surgeon to figure this out. Ignore it. Ignore it. You do this purposefully. Like, I want to acknowledge the skincare girlies have bullying tactics. Like, and then the skincare stands. The stands of the skincare girl suck just as bad too. And I'm just like, if you were just going to tell this person to search in the search bar, why not just ignore it or DM them that? Or, like, I don't understand it. Like, if you weren't going to give them, it takes more time for you to come up with your little witty comeback, your mean little comeback, than to just tell them the answer to their question. And that's why I say, oh, it's 100% a black thing. But also, let's have the conversation about some of the stuff y'all freaking do. Some of the stuff y'all do, y'all are carrying it. Y'all are really carrying it right now. Like, come on, you could have just answered the question or ignored the question. Like, stop with the antics, please. Like, can we please stop with the antics? Like, you're carrying it right now. You're really carrying it. No one freaking cares. Like, No one freaking cares. So there was anyways, let's go back to the Patreon, what you guys want to talk about. There was a question last week about like, how do I feel on people policing blackness? And I missed the question on answering all my questions. I'm not answering all the questions this week. I'm really sorry, you guys. But I missed that question, and I said I would talk about it this week. So here is me talking about that subject, policing blackness. Here is the thing. Sometimes in the policing blackness conversation, I feel like too much blame is put on one side than the other. For example, you know the girlies who think they're so like different than other black people because they listen to Britney Spears and go to NSYNC concerts and they like to read. They think that sets them apart from other black people, and they feel like all of their life they were policed for their blackness. People wanted to remove their black card. So we put this blame on the people who you're like, oh, you're policing my blackness because I like Britney Spears and I liked NSYNC. But no one talks about how the other side polices the blackness of those people as well. How they call those people hood rats. How they call those people ghetto. They call those people jailbirds. They call those people criminals. They call those people thugs. How that's also policing blackness. I think the conversation is often one-sided. Also, the conversation, people said I spoke white. Like, people say I sound white. People say I talk white just because I talk properly. Also, a very one-sided conversation. No one talks about the things y'all say about the people who don't talk about y'all. How y'all say those people are uneducated. How y'all say those people need education. They need to talk right. No one talks about both sides of that argument. And that's why I like to ignore the argument altogether. Because in the same breath that people be like, oh, I was made fun of because people said I talk white. You never talk about the judgment you cast on those people who weren't like you. How you always felt that you were better than those people. And the reason why you didn't fit in with those people is because you were better than them. You never didn't fit in. You never once didn't fit in and think, oh, I'm beneath these people. You always thought you were above these people, because let's be clear, the things that you were getting made fun of are things that mainstream society enjoy. So you always knew outside of this situation of black people, I would be upheld because you are upheld in society. Like, so I got real deep there. I got real deep. But that conversation always bothers me because it's fundamentally dishonest. The I talk white and I got made fun of conversation is fundamentally dishonest. Like, you're not telling the full story on purpose because you don't want to come to the fact that you were way meaner to those people. You were way meaner to those people and thought way below those people than they thought of you. They didn't want to hang out with you because you were different than them. Not wanting to hang out with someone because they're different than you and not wanting to hang out with someone because you feel they are beneath you are two different subjects. And one side is doing one thing and the other side is doing the other. And the one who's doing the one that makes it very sketchy and makes you real anti-black never gets taken to task for the fact that they feel like they are better than other black people. I know this because I went to school with black people who felt they were better than other black people. Like, your lace is showing. Like, I went to school with you. And no one who was ever in this environment has ever said what I am saying. Someone who has seen the way y'all act. Because anyone who makes the argument that I am making is always making it from they grew up in a mostly black environment, and so they can only guess what these people really think about them. But no, I was in the environment. I know you guys are lying. I know you guys are carrying it. I know you guys are reaching. Like, you want to be the victim so bad instead of explain to me how you feel about them black people, how you feel about them same black people who was making fun of you. Because I promise you, how you felt about them is 10 times worse than how they felt about you. It's clear. It's clear. Because let's be clear, kids make fun of kids, and this is really not your question, but I just want the policing blackness to come from both sides, because both sides have an idea of what they believe blackness should be, and both of them act within that. The pull up your pants, stop acting like a thug, y'all need to talk right, ain't a word, you know, those blacks, those types of blacks though they are more problematic than the you talk white blacks. Like, period. So let's have that conversation. How you literally reinforce institutionalized slavery, institutionalized oppression by the way you talk about other black people. If we can have that conversation, then we can have the conversation about the I talk whites, because quite frankly, cry me a river. Like, cry me a river. Like, you got bullied as a kid. Like, you got bullied as a kid. And of course, being bullied as a kid affects who you are as an adult. But I think a lot of you treat black people a certain way because they said you talk white. And it's not like, let it go. It's the same way. Oh, the good guys need to let it go because Mary Sue didn't want to be with them in the second grade. Like, let it go. Like, you got made fun of because you was different from the rest of the black kids. Let it go. Like, either go to therapy or let it go, because the way you treat those people who talk in their dialect and their quote unquote ghetto dialect is a lot worse than the way they treat you, and it's a lot dangerous. The way they treated you isn't dangerous. The way you treat them, to pull up your pants, you need to talk right, whatever talking right is dangerous. That's another thing I hate. I hate when blacks say, I don't talk white, I talk right. Actually, I'm here to tell you, you actually do talk white, because what we consider right is white. So let's be clear on that. They're actually kind of giving you some tea without even knowing. So let's also have that conversation. But you feel like you talk right because you are able to code switch and you are able to exist in white society in a way that they are not. So no, you don't talk right. You talk white because there's no such thing as talking right. So anyways, that is my opinion on policing blackness as far as black people. Now, when it comes to black folks telling these Hispanics, these Afro-Latinos who aren't Afro-Latinas, that they can't come in and out of our culture like it's a convenience store, oh, I'm 100% for it. I'm actually the one who does it. Like, I am the policing blackness girl on YouTube. Like, I am, and I wear it proudly. And it's going to take a lot for me to not wear it proudly, because y'all have let these girls come in and out of culture for too freaking long for me to sit here and allow it. I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing it. And black men are to blame, but, you know, today is not the drag black men segment unless I see one of y'all asking me a question that makes me drag black men. So it's not the drag black men segment today. But anyways, let's see. We have 39 topics. I'm going to go all the way to the top this time. I have no thoughts on Donald Trump, Christian Paul. I do think Donald Trump is beatable. Oh, we can have that conversation real quick, because I'm sure someone asked about Bernie, Biden, and Trump. So Bernie dropped out, which is a sad day. It was an expected day, but just because something is expected doesn't make it any less sad, right? Like, I didn't want to see Bernie go. Like, I really didn't. So Bernie has dropped out, which was expected. Here's the thing. When we knew Biden was the front runner, right? Like, coming into the race, before anyone did a debate, before any of that, we knew Biden was the front runner. But just with things were going, we had faith that we wouldn't be stuck with Biden. And just for it to end like we all thought it would, but had hope it wouldn't, it's sad a little bit. Like, is that just me? Like, it's sad to see our choices. Our choices are sad. It was sad to see Bernie go. And it's sad to know Bernie will never be president of the United States. Like, I think Bernie's lifelong dream was to be president of the United States of America. Therefore, it's sad to see him go. And I was actually really sad. Even though I knew it was coming, I was surprised he didn't drop out earlier. But it's sad. It's really sad. And shout out to Bernie. It hurts. It hurts for, like, dreamers, and it hurts for people who know this country could be so much better. Could be so much better with better leadership. But we must move on. I don't know about you raggedy two-stepping bitches who are talking about you're not going to vote. Keep that away from me. If you put that in my comments, I will be deleting that, because that's not how I move. I'm sorry. I don't move in hopelessness. I don't move in nothing matters because my candidate didn't win. I don't move in that, because If y'all think I want to sit with another 4 years of Trump, you've lost your goddamn mind. If you think I believe that 4 years of Trump and 4 years of Biden are the same thing, you have lost your mind. Because it's not the truth. It's not the truth. Let me break something down to you guys. I'm assuming if you're on my platform, you all agree abortion should be legal. Abortion should not have restrictions. Abortion for everyone, right? You're pro-choice. Do you realize with Biden as president, that's not a talking point? Abortion and pulling back abortion rights is not a talking point. When you are sitting down with a Democrat, there are some things that are just fundamental. As a Democrat, this is fundamental. Even the most right-leaning Democrats, there are some things that is fundamental, and abortion is fundamental. Whether or not you might have differences of when you should have an abortion, how long you should have an abortion, certain abortion laws, but at the end of the day, all Democrats, at least I believe, at least the ones who are in office, all Democrats believe abortion is something that should be in the United States of America. Period. The Republicans don't think that way. As a matter of fact, they're on the whole opposite scale. It is hard to find a Republican who is pro-choice. So the idea that you believe a world with Trump who gets to put, so you guys don't understand, because y'all getting me hot. Do you know how many Supreme Court justices Trump can put in the Supreme Court in the next 4 years? And you're telling me it's the same world. Say bye-bye to birth control. There's fundamental things that aren't even on the table when a Democrat is in office. Republicans, not the same. Not the same. Republicans will roll back as many reproductive rights as they fucking can. These states are being smart. Down in Louisiana, they are being smart. They are going to reverse Roe v. Wade right in front of your idiotic faces because you can't sit there and just vote for Biden. And I get it. Biden is a rapist. We believe women, period. But let's be clear. Let's be clear that there are things at stake. There are things at stake. And it's not a game. It's really not a game. I don't think you guys understand how close they are to reversing Roe v. Wade. How close they are. And all it takes is one more Supreme Court justice. And you're sitting there and you're laughing and you think it's funny and you love Bernie. I love Bernie too. And Bernie is a way better candidate. But there are things at stake. There are things at stake, and you're going to learn it the hard way. You are going to learn it the hard way. What is really at stake? That's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn that the President of the United States matters very little to the people he puts in position. What's the problem with Trump is not that Trump is the President of the United States of America. It's what he can do as the President of the United States of America. It's the people he can put in positions. That is the problem. So yes, Biden being president is a problem, but the people that Biden appoints into places is not a problem. It's not. I am sorry. And y'all are going to be like, Kenya, it don't matter. It matters. I'm sorry. Abortion means something to me. And I get it. The white folks will never understand this because your guys' life is fine. You guys' life is so fine. I'm so happy that people on Twitter don't vote, though. Because if they voted, Bernie would get the nomination, right? So I'm so happy. That's the one good thing I get out of this entire thing. I've realized wholeheartedly. I learned last year when Bernie lost the nomination that people on Twitter don't vote. They just talk. But this really showed people on Twitter don't vote for a damn thing. A damn thing. If you ask all these people who got all these Bernie tweets, ask them when their primary was. Ask them when the primary in their state was, and I promise you they can't tell you because they didn't go vote. They didn't absentee ballot a thing. They didn't do nothing. So I really don't care, and that's why I'm not one of those people who believe Trump getting another 4 years is like a given. I don't. I actually think it's far from a given. I think you guys are underestimating Democrats, which you should. Democrats are whack. But wacky and goofy and so many other words I can give Democrats. But I don't think another 4 years of Trump is inevitable. And I promise you, if you take nothing from here, you can log off right now because you're mad. A 4 years with Biden is totally different than 4 years with Trump. 4 years with Trump, y'all be lucky if y'all got birth control. Y'all be lucky if you can go get a plan B. That's what you'll be lucky to see. You'll be lucky if you can go get a plan B out of your local CVS. That is what's at stake. That is what, there's so many things, which I don't know why this whole pandemic hasn't showed you guys this, that there are so many things at stake at all times. Like, there's so many things you take for granted that you just take as, oh, this is a given. Reproductive rights is one of them. There is literally a constitutional amendment that makes you have reproductive rights. Do you understand that? And it can be rolled back at any freaking time. Do you understand that? That there is a Supreme Court case that lets you have reproductive rights. Like, a Supreme Court case is the only reason why you have reproductive rights. That can get reversed at any freaking moment. All it takes is the right finessing. And you think it's a game. You think it's a game. A game. It's not. It's really not. It's really, really not. It's not. And that's another thing. People are like, oh, for all you people who vote for the lesser of two evils, when has that worked? Look at your life. The simple fact that you're a black person able to get on Twitter has showed you that the lesser of two evils works. You do realize if the lesser of two evils didn't work, we'd still be on a fucking plantation. We'd still be in Jim fucking Crow. Like, the lesser of two evils approach does work. Is it going to liberate you? No. Are we still going to be shackled? Institutionally shackled? Of course. But let's be clear. It's not like dead on arrival like people like to pretend like, oh, the lesser of two, shut up. Y'all are so dumb. Y'all are so dumb. Like, I'm just here to tell y'all are so dumb. But shout out to Bernie. I wish Bernie was my grandpa. I can say that because I don't have any grandpas. I wish Bernie was my grandpa. Bernie's rich, by the way. Y'all ever think about that? The people we like upheld are like rich and will always be rich. Don't Bernie live in $1 million house? Ain't that the gag? Even the people who are progressive and who you're supposed to support are rich. Like, that's why they gotta be a change. They gotta be a change. Because rich people get everything. Rich people get everything. Anyways, let's get to more topics. I just want to shout. You make me want to shout. I asked these questions 3 days ago. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm giving you guys a video on Taylor Swift and Kanye West this week. That's the next video I'm going to make, okay? I'm giving you guys a video. You guys will get a video on Taylor Swift and Kanye West on Monday. Period. Because I do want to talk about that. And I've been holding my thoughts just because I want to talk about that. So you guys will get a video on that. And it might surprise you, my thoughts on that. The fetishizing of black men on TikTok. That just came to my face and we can talk. The fetishization of black men on TikTok. Number one, the fetishization of black men on TikTok, I can only care but so little, because if there is one thing I have learned from being a black woman for 23 years, is that black men love a good fetish love. They love them a good fetish love. Black men put being picked, because black men want to get picked too. They put being picked over being fetishized, over racism, over black women any freaking day of the week. So if you think black men really care about being fetishized, I'm here to tell you, a few do. I will tell you, a few black men do care. But the other ones, they don't. Look at the Kardashians. The Kardashians are able to exist because black men do not mind being fetishized. They do not mind that they can't meet your parents because your parents are going to call them a nigger. They don't mind. They don't mind. Not all of them, but many of them don't mind. So for everyone who's upset that these black girls are on TikTok fetishizing black men, there's a black man right in her DM saying, you can be my house. I will be your house, nigger. I will be your slave play. I will be there. And I know it is. Because that's what the Kardashians do. For every time we say y'all have lost your goddamn minds, there's a black man saying, I would date a Kardashian, I would smash a Kardashian. Therefore, I can't care. I find it hard to care. Because we can have the conversation. I find it hard to believe most black men who are big white women aren't being fetishized. I find that so hard to believe. I think most of them are being fetishized, but I also can have the conversation that they don't care. And it's hard for me to care about somebody who don't care about themselves. Black men got to start caring about themselves a little bit more than they care about being picked by non-black women. They just do. Like, I don't even know how best to even say that. Y'all got to care about yourselves way more, because it's a losing game. How many times have we seen a black man in some bullshit running up behind a white woman? How many times have we seen it? How many times have we seen them caught up in the damn matrix because they was running up behind a white woman? Like, you won't win. It's a game. You won't win. You won't win. We supposed to feel bad when Michael Strahan loses all his money to a white woman. We're supposed to feel bad when these black men get accused of rape. We're supposed to feel bad. Like, I can't. Like, I can't. I can't. Like, make better decisions. Make better decisions. And I'm not surprised. TikTok is a very interesting place. For better or for worse. Mostly for worse. Because they have this pulse on culture that is actually really interesting. Like, the things that these problematic people do on TikTok is actually like a weird, what's the word? Over exaggeration of what people do every single day. And I kind of find it interesting because white women do fetishize black men, and black men eat it up every single time. They think it's cute. They like being picked. Don't let black men fool you. They love being picked. They love being picked. They love that all the Kardashians are with black men. They enjoy that. They enjoy this, like, I was picked, like someone likes me, not realizing this is just another form of, like, slavery. Like, this is just another form of slavery. They don't understand that. They don't care. They enjoy being picked by their snow bunnies. So what can I say? Like, what can I really say about that hasn't already been said? Like, they enjoy that because they're ditzy. They're ditzy sometimes. But I do feel bad. I feel bad for the people who really are uncomfortable with it. The fact that I have to say the people who are really uncomfortable with it, because anyways, I feel bad for the people who are really uncomfortable, because that's bizarre. Like, white girls on TikTok. What are we going to do with the white girls on TikTok? Answer me that. What are we going to do? They're out of control. They're loony. Every time I see another white girl on TikTok, she's doing something loony. I'm like, yo, why do y'all act like this? Why do y'all act like this? I'm looking for something to put on my lips. So yeah, that's that on that. Let's move on. This has been a really horrible pod. Your go-to albums and songs at the moment, I got you. Number one, Miley Cyrus Bangers has been on repeat. Y'all know I gotta plug Miley Cyrus, but Miley Cyrus Bangers has been my shit. Actually, I've been running through so this morning I listened to The Climb, I listened to Party USA, and I listened to Stay, and I listened to Rooting for My Baby. All of these are Miley Cyrus songs that I would recommend. All of them are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I also have been listening to Katy Perry. Thinking of You by Katy Perry is one of my favorite songs, like, ever. And it's definitely my favorite Katy Perry song. So I had that on this morning. Brent Faiyaz, Fuck the World album. Love it. My favorite song on that album is Lost Kids Get Money. I've been listening to Nuck If You Buck by by Crime Mob. I've been listening to Bow Wow. I've been listening to Bow Wow, you guys, lately. I've been listening to Pretty Ricky, Emphasis on Your Body. Absolutely amazing. I've been listening to Akon, Emphasis on Don't Matter. What else have I been listening to? I've been listening to Soulja Boy, Emphasis on Pretty Boy Swag, and Soulja Girl. What else have I been listening to? Pussycat Dolls, emphasis on buttons. I've been listening to the Black Eyed Peas. I've been listening to some Neo. Neo got some hits. I am listening to Neo, emphasis on Because of You and Sexy Love. You'll love to see it. What else? Oh, I've been listening to Kings of Leon, emphasis on You Somebody. What else have I been listening to since I've been in quarantine? I've been listening to Bon Iver, emphasis on Skinny Love. And that's pretty much what I've been into. Of course, I have my regular rotation of like jamming out to Beyonce when I get the chance. I'm doing my makeup, by the way. If someone said in one of my videos, podcasts, I was eating, more than likely I was doing my makeup. I like to do my makeup while I do these. Anyways, so yeah, those have been my go-tos at the moment. All of those songs I would heavily recommend. Every single one of them. Next. One time you said you should never pay rent while living in a house with a man, and I haven't been able to forget. Please explain. Here's the thing. Okay, first of all, do what works for you. Do what works for you. And if you're making significantly more than your partner, don't be an asshole. Pay the damn rent, child. But I'm talking about people who both got regular, degular, schmegular jobs. Don't be paying rent and living with somebody. Because here's the thing. My problem with the girlies who pay rent and live with a man is you doing all the work. Oftentimes in those situations, the woman is expected to do all this, pay half the rent, and they're expected to freaking do all the emotional labor in their relationship. And it's just like, so what are you getting out of this deal? That's my fear. That's my feminism. What are you getting out of the deal? Like, a lot of women are getting nothing out of their relationship. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're living with a man because, What are you gaining? What are you gaining? My feminism is because I'm already don't be a man. Like, don't be with a man. Like, there's not too many good men roaming around this earth for me to understand why y'all are in relationships with men as I sit here with my man. But my man is good. I don't care what nobody say, child. And if he wasn't, I'd be going, like, period. But I know he's good. So, my issue becomes, y'all so quick to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship, and it shows. So, when this man ain't doing nothing for you, what are you there for? What are you, if you being with a man, he's still cheating on you. He still don't do the dishes when you ask. He's still not doing nothing worth being with. What are you with him for, my darling? What are you gaining? The least you can gain, the least, is him paying the rent. Like, some of y'all do so much labor and so much work for these men and get nothing in return. That's why I said that. Sometimes you gotta be extreme to get the point. Because I can do bad all about myself type of person. If you gotta do all this and pay the rent, like, you gonna have to explain that one to me, what you getting out of this deal. Companionship? Get a dog. Get a freaking dog. And that goes for both sides. Like, you don't, because that's the thing. It's not an option for women to be bad partners, right? So that's why I say, because of course a woman can be a horrible partner too. And you need to bring something to the table too. The problem is that's never even an option. Women aren't even allowed to be bad partners for me to even entertain that conversation of what are men getting out of this. Everything, every freaking thing is what you're getting out of it. So that was my point, sis. I don't understand, but do what works for you now, child. I say it because I would rather be extreme and y'all not get swindled than be modest, like, aw, it's okay, like, you should just move in with someone and it doesn't matter what he has. And no, y'all gonna get got. Y'all gonna get got playing around, and I don't want none of y'all to get got because it happens so easily and I won't allow it. But do what works for you, sis. Oh, and my type of feminism is the feminism that puts women first every single time. That is my feminism is women actually being happy, actually living fulfilling lives that don't come from you having to be a labor horse. That is what my type of feminism is. Too many women do too much labor for too many people. And of course my feminism gets way more elaborate than that. But my type of, when I say things like that, when I say things like, he better be, the best thing you can do when you get in a relationship with a man is asking for money, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know about him. That's my type of feminism. What are these people doing for y'all? Because usually the answer is nothing. And the years of oppression that women have been through have been so long that the scales are nowhere near being even for you to be Miss INDEP, NDENT. Do you know what that means? Like, the oppression has gone on too long for us to be sitting here talking about who's independent and what I can do for myself. Tired, played, don't want nothing to do with that. No. Your favorite band is Panic at the Disco. At this point, is Panic at the Disco just one person? I feel, inform me. Is Panic at the Disco, because I know they've gone through a lot of like changes and stuff throughout the years. Is Panic at the Disco just one person? Ooh, you want to talk about Ayana stabbing NBA YoungBoy baby mama? I have no words. Like, I have no words. Kids are silly. The kids are silly. Like, the kids are not okay. How many times have I told you guys? The kids are not okay. The kids are not doing okay. The kids are not doing fine. Why is this little girl out here stabbing people, baby mamas? Because bad parenting. Floyd Mayweather and whoever her mama is are bad parents. They are bad parents. And she has no role model. She has no nothing. But if my dad was worth as much money as Floyd Mayweather is, I am not fooling up with the likes of NBA YoungBoy. But that's where parenting comes. Yaya should be at someone's college. Yaya should be taking some online classes right now. She should be getting a degree. She should be doing something that doesn't involve her with NBA YoungBoy. Why is she up in NBA YoungBoy's house? Like, why? Bad parenting. And it's not like I want her parents to step in and be like, you can't do this. When you are a good parent, it doesn't take you having to step in to get things on the right track. It doesn't take that. It really just doesn't take that. Simply because your child knows right from wrong because you instilled it in them from 18 years. My parents are not going to have to pull me out of no crazy mess because they instilled home training in me when I was a kid. That's bad parenting right there. Now listen, Britt, you can already take NBA YoungBoy and old girl out of it. Why are you stabbing people? Period. Why are you stabbing people? And then number two, then you gonna stab somebody over NBA YoungBoy. Like, just ugly. Like, just wretched for no reason. Like, don't be doing that. Talk about the new wave of toxic masculinity when younger men calling other men simps. This is not a new wave. I just think simp is something y'all just like picked up. Like, people been getting called simps like forever. So this is not a new wave of thing. The word simp, like the word simp has been around since like my daddy and my granddaddy. Like, calling someone a simp is like not a new slang. It's just white people just learned the word simp. Like, the word simp has been around for 5 ever. But yeah, there's so many things that are forms of masculinity. Like, I can go on that conversation for like days and days about the way that other black men instill in other black men to treat women horribly. That, like, it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Like, it's a conversation older than time. Like how black men encourage other black men to be bad to women. Like, that is just a thing. That is a thing. Anyways, but we can also have the conversation how some things, like, even the words, I can do agree the word simp has taken on a bigger meaning. Like, things that aren't simpish people are saying are simp. Like, things that weren't, like, I'm being problematic myself, but things that were considered like, oh, you're a simp, are now like literally, if you open the door for your girlfriend, they're calling you a simp. Like, that's mess. That is mess. What do you think will change in influencer culture post-COVID? And I think the consumer's going downhill, especially now when audience can see that their fave isn't as relatable as they thought. Exactly what I already told people. I'm about to do a video on Ellen in a second. But yeah, you're going to learn that your people who you love oh so dearly suck. Like I've always said, like these people aren't relatable and there's nothing about them that is relatable. Nothing about them has ever been relatable. And that is what you are going to freaking learn. That these people are just fine and you are in a boat all by yourself in poverty. Like it sucks. It really, really sucks. I don't know what will change. What will change? People will become more upfront about the money they make, will become more open about the things that they have, I believe, now that this has come to the forefront. Like now that like people are really struggling. Like I think more money transparency will be a thing. Anyways, I have to cut it off there, you guys. I have to go film a video. But I love you guys so much, and you will see me in the Taylor Swift Kanye West video on Monday. Bye, you guys.